Sleep pain. You've heard of getting fit while you sleep? Well, that doesn't seem possible unless you're a hibernating bear, but sleep truly is a pain reliever, and you'll be surprised at the many ways. Studies have shown that patients with even brief sleep deprivation or those with insomnia have a harder time blocking pain signals. It impairs the pain relieving system. Also, patients with insomnia, which is difficulty either getting to sleep or staying asleep, have a harder time blocking pain signals. So let's look at some chemicals related to sleep and pain. Serotonin is our first chemical. Serotonin is a chemical involved in pain, but it's very complex. The complexity is why we prefer natural production over manipulation via prescriptions and the inevitable side effects. In some parts of the brain, serotonin decreases pain and increases pain perception in other parts of the brain. But one thing is clear: short sleep deprivation decreases serotonin in the brain. And we discussed earlier that sleep deprivation increased pain perception. So one hint that the culprits may be serotonin is that the antidepressant medications that recycle serotonin, called SSRIs, seem to decrease pain in some pain conditions like fibromyalgia. The next chemical related to sleep is adenosine. Adenosine is not a well-known chemical, but caffeine is. Caffeine actually blocks the effect of adenosine. Of course, caffeine also keeps most of us awake. In rat studies, caffeine reversed or blocked the pain-producing effects of sleep deprivation. So it looked like this. The rats were sleep deprived, which had been shown to increase pain perception. Caffeine, they gave them an espresso. Caffeine blocked adenosine. Then, even when the sleep deprived rats, even in those, the rats experienced normal pain perception. So, can drinking more coffee be used as a pain reliever? Well, maybe, but only if you are in pain because of sleep deprivation, and if it doesn't keep you awake later, and maybe only if you're a rat. So maybe a good night's sleep is the better approach. This next sleep and pain hormone starts to blur the line between stress, sleep, and pain. Pain reduces the stress hormone cortisol. Most studies in humans have shown that sleep deficiency causes small elevations of baseline cortisol levels, the stress hormone made by the adrenal gland, and a greater surge of cortisol response when you do have stress. The study used a common scenario among many students and working people. The study design consisted of restricting sleep on 5 nights and catching up on sleep over the next 2, over a 3-week period. The result was a progressively increasing morning cortisol level in healthy participants. So, how do you reduce stress hormone levels? Well, some people swear by the amino acid L-theanine, while others find the lipid supplement phosphatidylcholine to be helpful to support recovery from chronic stress. But in the case of sleep deprivation, there is no recovery until without regular, good quality and quantity of sleep. So prostaglandins are the next sleep and stress-related chemical. Experimental sleep deprivation leads to increased levels of various prostaglandins and their breakdown products in the fluid circulating around the brain and the spinal cord. It's called CSF in humans. They also reported an increase in pain. Of course, many people take aspirin for pain, and aspirin works by inhibiting or blocking prostaglandin production. In humans, inhibition of prostaglandin production by taking aspirin at the recommended daily dose has been shown to disrupt sleep through decreased sleep efficiency and increased number of awakenings and decreased slow wave sleep. And that could be a problem if you take aspirin for pain, but the aspirin interferes with good sleep, which then increases your pain. So the effects of chronic use of NSAIDs like aspirin and ibuprofen on sleep are unknown long-term use. There are absolutely healthy natural ways to both reduce pain and improve sleep without creating another cycle of side effects. If you're having trouble breaking the cycle, we would love to help you out. That's what we do best. Cytokines, the sharks of the human inflammation biochemistry, are related to pain and sleep problems. I call them sharks because they have a bad reputation, but have some really helpful functions as well. Interleukin-6 is one of those cytokines. It's a small protein made by white blood cells that seems to amplify pain. In the human experimental setting, elevations of interleukin-6 levels correlate with increased pain reporting after prolonged sleep restriction. So many people take NSAIDs, but we learned earlier that blocking all those cytokine functions is a mixed bag of good and bad effects. So this is another reason good sleep is important. Sleep is strongly recommended to our patients. But it's also one of the primary indicators that our physical, chemical, and mental/neurological approach to healing is effective. Any enduring health solution will have beneficial side effects like this. What about melatonin? That's everyone's favorite natural sleep aid. Is our last sleep and pain-related chemical. So melatonin is a hormone synthesized and secreted by the pineal gland. Its synthesis is stimulated by darkness and suppressed by light. So naturally, peak melatonin levels occur during the night while you're sleeping. So while you're sleeping, melatonin exerts its anti-inflammation and anti-pain and sleep-promoting effects. For example, melatonin turns down the volume of inflammation and pain-sensitizing chemicals like prostaglandins and cytokines. And it does it naturally. Supplemental melatonin has been shown to not only reduce insomnia, but also reduce pain, specifically in fibromyalgia, nerve injury, and irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS. So when taken for a short time, it may be quite helpful. And of course, remember that light-emitting TVs, tablets, or phones decrease melatonin production and wipe out the related melatonin benefits. Night lights may even reduce melatonin production. Not all these chemicals we discussed are necessarily the cause of pain and sleep problems, but they are strongly correlated, and it does illustrate the power of sleep on our pain. So whether you are sleep quantity or sleep quality deprived by habit or by physical, chemical, or neurological interference, now's the time to address those causes in order to break the cycle. With every patient we see with conditions ranging from migraines to peripheral neuropathy to lower back pain to non-pain conditions like autism and attention deficit, we evaluate for physical, neurological, and nutritional contributions and solutions. If you'd like help, get in touch, and we would love to help you. Have a great day, and may God bless you.